What up, Laker Nation? It's your boy dtlf back with a post game. Should be interesting. We really need this win tonight. You see the jacket is out. Memphis Lakers 5 Pacific time, so it's coming up in a bit. Running a little late, but we're gonna run the post real quick. Unfortunate news today. Brandon Ingram's gonna be out. Looks like for the whole next week, so potentially more than 3 games with a sprained right ankle. So it's going to be a hard pill to swallow because we're going to need him on these next couple of games. So I just hope that we at least get 2 out of the next 3, starting with tonight. Now, tonight is very important because we're battling with Memphis. They're right there. They're right above us right now, or right below us. I'm not sure, but we're 5 and 6 respectively. And it's going to be a battle, man. These guys, Mike Conley, I know a lot of people think he's really overrated, but he is as consistent of a point guard as there is in this league when he's healthy. Jermichael Green is a hustle guy. He's like a poor man's Draymond. They have, of course, Mark Gasol. They just added Joakim Noah, so that's a very rated pickup by them. And we're going to have to watch him on the glass because we all know Joakim, even though he's not the same, at the end of the day, he is still somebody who you got to watch on the glass. So for sure, Joakim Noah, we have to make sure that he doesn't have like a high rebounding night, second chance point type stuff, And they got the new rookie, man, the power forward over there. Again, I forget these guys' names, but you know who I'm talking about. He's actually a beast. I've been watching some of his highlights, and the kid can hoop. I think he's starting right now too. So I really like that player. If you guys remind me his name, go ahead and drop it in the comment section. But he's somebody we got to watch out for. Versatile. He can stretch the floor. Jaren Jackson Jr. Thank you. Exactly. Jaren Jackson Jr. is a hooper. And we got to watch out for him. He's been having some crazy nights lately. And he's that guy who can come out and step out and try to have a career night against our Lakers, especially because we're depleted. No Michael Beasley. Again, he's out with family issues. I don't know what that means. Well, hopefully everything's okay in that department. And again, no Brandon Ingram and no Rondo. So we're a little thin in the front line. I hope that we give minutes to Mo Wagner or somebody like that, and hopefully they're able to step out and contribute to tonight because we need a victory in the worst of ways, man. We can't lose back-to-backs. That's why the jacket came out. But bottom line is we got to, man. And again, we're gonna need another big night from Kyle Kuzma, LeBron. And the whole gang, they're going to have to show up and continue to hoop because we take a night off and it's a wrap, But, yeah, Jaren Jackson, super nice. We have to watch out for him. Marc Gasol, Mike Conley, they got a deep team, man. They're one of the most under-the-radar teams in the West, the Memphis Grizzlies. So we got to be prepared for tonight. They're going to come out ready to duke it out. It's always hard to play them at in the grindhouse. I think that's what they call it, grindhouse. It's always hard to play them in the grindhouse, and it's going to be a tall task for the Lakers tonight. But if we show up, ready, and we come out and punch them in the mouth to start off, and we execute properly, we should come out with a victory, especially with the luck of the Lakers' lucky jacket. So let's get it, baby. I'm hyped up. What are you guys looking forward most to in this game? I want to continue to see the young core improve. I want to see a little bit more of Josh Hart tonight. And I want to see, hopefully Lance gets some minutes because I don't like the fact that he didn't play last game. So I want to see him get some minutes and hopefully contribute. But we need our bench to step up, even though Rondo's not there. We're going to need our bench to step up. We cannot afford to get outscored by their bench again tonight. So tonight's going to be tough, guys, but I think we got it. He said, Grizzlies play style reminds me of the boring Spurs. Well, they don't have any flashy players, but Jaren Jackson is super athletic, and they have a couple of athletes over there, man. So they're a little funner to watch than the Spurs, at least to me. He said, what's the Jacket's win percentage? I've only lost this year once with the jacket on, so I lost count of how many victories we've gotten when the jacket is on. Of course, I don't never give the jacket full credit. Of course, the players come out and show out. However, it is my lucky jacket, so I like to wear it, and it gives us extra luck. So hopefully tonight is a night that it could propel us over the win margin. That's what we got to do, man. Go back 6 games over 500 again. We're currently 15-10, so I want to be 16-10 by the end of the night. Dan, the only of the young core we should keep is Kuzma. Everyone else we should trade or is tradable. Stop it, Jesse. Again, I feel like I've had this conversation many, many times, and then when they ball out, you're gonna want to take that back. Um, of course, everybody in the league is tradable except for superstars, right? But at the end of the day, it's like even superstars can be had. However, we want to keep the young core intact as much as we can, man. Honestly. Hey Dan, what's up? You got the jacket on today? Yes, sir. Want to make sure. I mean, I thought you guys were going to vote it on yesterday, but it didn't get voted on. So I decided to take matters into my own hands for today, since we really need this victory, and we're duking it out with Memphis for that fifth slot for now. So, you know, he said, got to play Lance now. LOL. Hopefully, he doesn't commit bad turnovers and he plays smart. Lance is a hit or miss these days. Same thing with KCP though. KCP is more hit and miss than Lance to me. At least Lance can handle a little bit better. But yeah, I mean, he can be turnover prone at times, but I think it depends on the offense. If the guys are all turning the ball over, I think Lance is prone to turn the ball over. However, if we're taking care of the ball, I think he'll lock in more. Some players, they go as the flow of the game goes, the tempo, and as the team is playing. And I think Lance Stevens is one of those guys. But he could also pick you up. So he said, what's up with Lonzo for John Wall trade? Something Rich Paul was trying to slide by. Nah, we don't want that horrendous contract. Just before you even, question me about John Wall, go look at that horrendous contract he has and his production. It just doesn't match up. So no way. I don't want John Wall. Dan, do you think Luke will go small ball this game? Hopefully not, because they got a crap ton of bigs that they could just throw on us and bully us down low. So that's actually where we have to make sure that we box out, and we have to make sure we play them smart, because if not, Memphis will jump on you for sure. Hey, mine Scott Free. Thank you, brother. He said, thanks for the donation, man. He said, LeBron has to play in Luke's system and stop being so ball dominant and hindering the flow of the offense. Well, here's the thing, Scott. In my opinion, I feel like Luke Walton is not assertive enough, and he lets LeBron do whatever he wants. So is it really LeBron's fault, or is it the fact that the coach is not as assertive? You can pick your poison. Either way, you're right. I wish we ran the offense a little bit more down the stretch, but when LeBron has it going, I don't mind, But I feel you on that, but I think that falls squarely on the shoulders of the head coach. He needs to command his team. If a player doesn't follow his lead, that's all it takes for the rest of the roster not to follow the lead either. You know what I mean? So, hey, bro, I think they knocked. Can you check? Can you check or not? Appreciate it. Thank you, bro. I think I heard somebody knock. Yeah, Dan, I heard Luke Walton have Lance Stevenson in the doghouse for committing too many turnovers. What do you think about that? I mean, that's good, but if you're going to hold one player accountable, I expect you to hold everybody accountable. He said, I have been a Laker fan a long time. I love this young core. We need to be patient and give these guys a chance. They are growing every game. Hey, Sharon, I agree 100%, man. Listen. Look, bottom line is the Lakers have a bright future. And are we going to let that fire extinguish if we trade everybody and just have a bright present and then, gamble all the players for the now? And then even if we strike out, then we have to start over from scratch? Or do we continue to add, and then now we have a bright future, plus we're successful in the present? I think that's the best route to take, in my opinion. But we'll see. Again, I completely trust Magic and Rob. They put us in this position to succeed. And thus far, we've been a lot better than we were on the Mitch and Jim. So I trust them to keep making moves to put us in even greater positions to succeed for now and the future. At least that's what I think. Remember, when LeBron signed on, he said he was in it for the long haul, not to make any trades or any irrational decisions to accommodate him. He said he's in it. He believes in this front office, and I think he's gonna. I think that's the right mindset for him to have. So that's why he changed my mindset on him. Because remember, for the most part of his career, he's been on super teams. So the fact that he had the cojones enough to come over here and play with a young, up and coming team and put them on the map. I mean, that's what's up. He said, Dan, this is our best record through the 25 in the last few years. Yeah, for sure. I mean, this is a huge improvement, and I expect us to keep getting better and better because we have the talent. Mark Duncan says, I think Ingram is tradable. He is not meeting expectations. I mean, in whose eyes? In my eyes, he's meeting expectations. Is he exceeding expectations? Not quite, but meeting them? He's probably right around where I thought he'd be. Now, you have to remember that playing with LeBron is a challenge, and I can see Kuzma. He already kind of got acclimated to it. So did Lonzo. But I think Brandon Ingram is that guy that needs to be acclimated, and he needs to learn how to play more off ball because LeBron demands the ball in his hands at all times. So he said, would you agree that the young core is getting better starting games and getting even better ending games? Seems like as time goes on, we get better and better from start to finish. I really like their defensive improvement more than the offense. I knew Kuzma was going to bring the offense. His offensive game is going to be there. We saw it early in his rookie season, so he's only going to get better. But I love to see, Lonzo's defense and even Kuzma improving on defense. Brandon Ingram, Josh Hart. We have a young, defensive-minded young core. So that's what I really love to see. I want to see my dogs get out there and just chase it, and it's good to see because come playoff time, you're going to see the defense really start locking in. When you meet a team for 7 games, that's when everybody's defense just amps up. And then hopefully the refs allow them to play like they have in the past. But I don't know. It doesn't seem promising because this regular season, the refs have been blowing the whistle like crazy. So thank you, them boys. I appreciate it, bro. He said that goat jacket is. He said it backwards like you said it like Yoda, man. I like that. He said, I saw Kuz is the number 2 man right now. He is also improving defensively, and I'm loving it every second of it because if you remember early in the season, when I used to come in the comment section, everybody was bombing on Kuz, talking about trade him. He was a one-hit wonder, all this garbage talk because people are impatient. And people are still impatient. As you saw somebody earlier in the comment section said we should trade the whole young core other than Kuzma, which, again, it's inaccurate. We shouldn't trade people just to trade people. Again, the right package comes along, then we'll consider it. But these guys are special, and they have a bright future, and we want to be a part of that as the Lakers organization wants to be a part of that. So we got to hold on to as many of them as we can. He said, Dan and all true Laker fans, doesn't feel good to see our Lakers winning again. It feels great, but we expect more from them because we know that a lot of these easy games got away from us. There's been so many games we haven't been able to close out, and we should be the number 1 team in the West with the talent we have. And with the slow start that Golden State has gotten off to. Honestly, I feel like we're the second best overall team in the West behind Golden State. The Rockets suck this year. The Spurs aren't that good. The Rockets, Denver's probably the most surprising team, but everybody else kind of underachieving. So I think the Lakers could have easily, had we, came along more quickly, we would have been, had we made the proper decisions down the stretch, we would have been, right there with Golden State, in my opinion, as far as, top 2 teams by the end of the year. But I still think we can achieve that, and hopefully we get it together. The Thunder, to me, they're 1 injury away from, not even making the playoffs, honestly. They're really riding the shoulders of Westbrook and Paul George right now, who are hooping. But who else is going to step up? They don't have a third guy. Who? Steven Adams? Defensively, he's great. But offensively, you can't count on that man every night. So to me, I don't wish injury upon nobody, but I'm just saying, like, they're literally 1 injury away from being exposed. They're not that deep. I know they added Dennis Schroeder, and he's a good look for them because they needed a backup point guard. Raymond Felton was there last year, and he was garbage. But bottom line is they still don't have enough depth in my eyes. I don't know. Maybe I haven't seen them enough. But, from the outside looking in, I don't think they're going to get far in the West. But again, Russ is he's going to expend himself. He's going to spend himself, and by the time playoff comes, he's going to be all drained out again, unless the steroids keep kicking in. But bottom line is, yeah, they look nice right now. I just don't see the depth. Denver, I take more serious. I look at that roster from top to bottom. They got shooters. They got post players. They have everything on that roster. So even though Millsap got injured, I really believe Denver, is that team to watch out for in the West besides Golden State. So I would not like to see them in a 7-game series, but I still have faith in our squad, even though I wouldn't like to see them because they would probably make us struggle. But bottom line is nobody else in the West, I fear, honestly. I really don't. So it'll be interesting to see where we end up seated in the West because once that time comes around, I think LeBron's going to go ham. I think Rondo's going to go ham. I think the young core is going to love the taste of playoffs, and they're going to shine as well, just like Jason Tatum did last season. And I can't wait to see what these guys are really made of come playoff time. So that's when you really see the, what a player's made out of, the guts and all that stuff. Utah's tough, but again, when I look at their bench, they really don't. Their starting lineup is nice, but when I look at their bench, I'm really not intimidated at all. When we get our bench back, it's going to be so much better. So I can't wait. Do you think we're going to get Melo? No, I think that's a fake rumor, honestly. Dan, do you think we'll see a lot of trades on the 15th? Yeah, there's going to be a lot of teams trying to reshape their roster, but especially the struggling ones like Houston. However, I'm not sure if the Lakers will be involved in a blockbuster, but I think a minor tweak might come our way. Magic and Rob, so far they've proven to us that they're always looking to improve, every trade deadline. So I'm excited to see what they can pull off. But at the same time, I'm anxious to get the trade deadline over with because I hope the young core is still on our team by the time it's over. Again, unless the super trade comes along, I want to see the guys stay intact and continue to grow. Harden is a joke. That dude is a flop king of the NBA. And he gets under everybody's skin. And you saw Rudy Gobert, he threw the cup of water on the sideline and got ejected because of James Harden's floppery. But it's the NBA's fault, honestly, because they reward that kind of behavior, right? I remember a couple of years back, they tried to punish flopping and fine players, but they never really went hard with that rule. So unfortunately, guys like that love flopping and they get rewarded for it. So that's the NBA's fault. You can't seriously be that blind that you see a player flopping, you buy it every time. So he said, Dan, from my observation, Ingram has a Sean Livingston type of game when he plays, and he has a great mid-range game. It's not bad for a third-year player along with defense. No, Sean Livingston's floor is way too small for Brandon Ingram. If you want to put a floor on Brandon Ingram, he could definitely be like a Tayshaun Prince guy, lanky defender guy who can attack the rim and hit mid-range jump shots and threes from time to time. That's a floor to me. Tayshaun Prince looks more likely, right? But his ceiling is sky high, because I've seen him take over games in spurts. I've seen him do things that superstars do. I've seen him hit that turnaround jump shot. If he masters that, it's a wrap because he already has a little pull-up mid-range, and he can face up and shoot him in people's face. He just needs to develop a go-to move. I don't feel like he has one yet. Once he develops a go-to move and it starts falling consistent, then he has to develop a counter move and so on and so forth, right? That's how players become from stars to superstars, right? It's only those really special ones that keep improving even after they've already kind of mastered a certain part of their game. So that's the only thing with Ingram. He needs to keep improving little by little, but he's only 21. Look at Steve Nash. Steve Nash is a great example. First 4 years in the league, I think somebody posted this on Twitter today. I think he averaged less than 10 points per game. First 4 years, and then after that, he was an MVP. After that, he took off with Phoenix. So I'm just saying there's a different timetable for all kinds of players. But as soon as this kid, Brandon, figures it out, it's going to be a wrap. And I think NBA players can already see that. I think front offices can already see how great this kid can potentially become one day. He can be the Pippen to LeBron's Jordan on this team if he gets to that level sooner rather than later. But anybody who says BI is a bust, it just doesn't know basketball. I'm sorry. You can't be a bust averaging 15 plus points per game. That doesn't work that way. That means Jason Tatum's a bust. That means everybody who the NBA is raving about is a bust in your eyes. So, just don't say that, please. He said, "What's up, Dan? Have you seen the Kobe podcast, the Punies?" No, I haven't seen it. Honestly, I've been, flooded with work recently, but I'll try to catch up on that, brother. He said, Prince never averaged more than 14.7. Again, that's his floor, which means that's the worst possible scenario. And even Tayshaun was a champion, so I wouldn't mind it. But I think his ceiling is way higher. I don't ever want to hear Sean Livingston and Brandon Ingram in the same sentence, ever, just because their body types are similar. But come on now. Sean Livingston, the only reason he didn't never pan out to be the player he was because of that horrid injury. If you guys remember that injury he sustained when he was with the Clippers. But before that, they were calling him – he had a lot of potential. They were calling him even Magic Johnson. I know that's blasphemy, but don't shoot the messenger. I'm just telling you what they were calling him. So he wasn't a joke. Anyways, guys, that's going to wrap it up for my pregame. Let's tune into the game. It's about to start at 5 o'clock. I'm going to go get settled in right now. Please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and join me for posts, man. Hopefully we're talking victory. Matter of fact, I know we're going to be talking victory because we got this jacket on. Let's get it, baby. Lots to talk about post game. Hopefully, again, we need this victory, man. Memphis is right there. Tough team, so we got to do it. Anyways, guys, I'll catch you right after the game. Don't forget to subscribe if you already haven't. Peace out, guys.